What are your names and which church?
Russell and Judy, and we're from LifeChurch, Hervey Bay. Before we were Christians, we lost all our money in a business and had debts. A great guy and neighbour invited us to a life group where we found the Lord as our personal saviour. Through Bible studies and mentoring, we learnt about tithing. We argued, we've got no money, we can't afford to do it. He said to us, well, let's try it for say 4 to 6 weeks. And he said, at the end of that time, if you're worse off than you were, or at least no better off, he would pay our bills. He never paid our bills. See, we had a lot of, through the business, we had a lot, not only went broke, but we had the debts, like I said. And because we started tithing straight away, it did take time, but like I said, within 7 years, we were right out of it.
Because we just didn't think it would happen. The first week was scary because we thought we're going to not eat.
You know, years ago we went to one of those, a Christian motorbike thing down the Gold Coast where the guy stood up on the back of a semi-trailer and said, you give to God now, you give God $10,000 now, and at the end of the year your mortgage will be paid, $100,000. Well, see, so that's not tithing or giving to God for the right reason, is it? We gave cheerfully and God honoured that. Within 7 years, we were able to build a new home, and about 1.5 years later, we went to New Zealand for a holiday with our 2 daughters.
Yeah, God is so good. He never ceases to amaze me with his many blessings that he's given us.
Well, we thought we couldn't afford to tithe, and we've often heard people say the same thing. We now say, if you can't afford to tithe, you can't afford not to.
You've got to give to God, because not for what he can give you, but what you can do for him.
Yeah, you can't outdo God.
You can't
Yeah.
He cannot outgive God. It started as I guess, an act of obedience, but then we realised when God was starting to honour us with our obedience, it became like worship, for an act of worship, that it was something that we felt in our hearts that we should be doing, and God was proving to us that he was there for us, and so he can afford to help us pay our debts if we can honour him.